After ABS, nung umalis na ako, nag-start ako sa wedding video. Doon sa wedding video, shortcut. For me, shortcut para makapunta ako sa video production, corporate videos. The challenge is, kung nanggaling ka sa network, sanay na sanay ka doon sa paggawa ng video na perfectionist ka. So I'm not just simply content creator.
But you're showing the real story.
Yes. So,
Unedited yun, ha?
Yeah. Agribusiness is inspired by Agri7. Yung TV show namin, way back sa TLRC.
Okay.
So, Pinoy How To, that's ours also, inspired naman ng Nego7. Yeah, yung 15 businesses na yan, each failure may learning. May learning lahat yun. Huwag kang mag-give up. Kasi sa farming, hindi mo control lahat. May things na kaya mo i-control, but may things hindi mo control. Dapat ganun din, yung mga growers. Isipin nila, ano ba, nag-grow ka lang ba ng lettuce or meron kang mas malalim na pupuntahan yung ginagawa mo? O may sinaserve ka na very specific na tao kung bakit mo ginagawa yung pagle-lettuce.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Buddy Gansina of Agribusiness. Buddy, welcome.
Hello, sir.
How are you? How are you?
Okay naman po.
Okay. I was following recently your trip to Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? How was it?
Well, maraming learning, especially, of course, ay hindi maiwasan tingnan ano yung nangyayari doon compare sa agriculture natin. So, it's a learning. Hindi kailangan malungkot kasi pwedeng papunta tayo doon. Ganon yung point of view. It's always learning something na pwedeng i-impart doon sa Filipino audience.
Amazing. Now, before we get there, to what the possibilities can happen, why don't we start with you?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, brother, you've interviewed everyone I know, everyone na nag-serve as role model and inspired me. I've seen on your channel, and thank you very much for that. Everyone knows everyone's story, but yours. Okay. So tell us, Sir Buddy, paano ka nagsimula? How did you get into this business, into this line of business?
Communication major ako, mass comm graduate ako. Nag-start ako mag-work sa TV, pero yung mga small production houses. Kasi nung time na yun, nag-graduate ako, hindi pa yan uso yung station produce. So marami yan, mga malilit na production houses na nag-air sa mga network, parang ganyan. So marami akong linibot na mga small production houses until napunta ako sa TLRC, nagpo-produce sila ng TV show na ine-air sa GMA.
TLRC, what is TLRC?
Technology and Livelihood Resource Center.
Okay.
It's a government corporation under the Office of the President. Yan. So, ang mandate niya ay mag-promote ng technologies and livelihood. For them to promote yung livelihood, nagpo-produce sila ng TV show, co-prod with GMA.
Well, what were you working on back then? Nasang side ng production ka sa content creation?
Okay, at that time, nung nag-start ako sa kapag newly graduate ka, hindi mo pa alam exactly yung gusto mo bang technical, gusto mo maging director, gusto mo maging writer, hindi mo pa siya makita kagad. Ang malinaw lang, gusto mo mag-work sa production, sa TV. Yan. So, iba-iba yung work na subukan ko na, of course, nag-start naman halos lahat sa production assistant, ganyan. So, nung nag-start ako sa TLRC, nag-start ako as assistant videographer. Okay, assistant videographer. Actually, ang tawag nila ay, I forgot the term. Basta assistant videographer siya, so taga-bit-bit lang ako ng, at that time kasi ang camera, meron pa yung recorder na malaki. Oh, so okay lang yung taga-bit-bit ng recorder. Okay. yung work.
Assistant videographer is not handling the camera pa, no. At least in the beginning.
Okay. Until gusto ko talagang matutong mag-camera. So, buti na lang yung company namin, yung boss namin, gusto niya talagang matuto kami lahat. So nabigyan din ako ng chance mag-videographer and gusto kong matuto mag-edit kasi gusto ko akong gagawa ng sarili ko. Parang ganyan. But nung start, ako talaga yung more on the assistant. Until doon sa, so assistant videographer, nasubukan kong mag-videographer, naging editor ako, until naging segment producer. Until, ayun, line producer ako, meaning head of the unit. So, yung isang series, ipoproduce namin, ako na yung magde-develop noon.
How many years did it take you from an assistant job?
Mabilis siya. At the age of, sabi ko, at the age of 25, nag-asawa na ako. Kasi feeling ko stable ako. But of course, hindi yan totoo. Kung base sa standards talaga, kung ano talaga, hindi. But feeling ko ganun at that time. Yeah.
The way I see it, people around you actually trust your capabilities. And you reach the height, at least for a production house, in a fairly short span of time. Yeah. What are the recipes?
Hindi ko siya tinitignan na work.
Yeah.
Tinitignan ko siya na I need to fulfill myself. Yung self-fulfillment. Gusto kong maging masaya ako. Gusto kong magawa ko to. Gusto kong ma-produce ko to. It's more on that. Gusto kong marating ko tong, sabi nga sa akin ng mga co-workmate ko, sabi nila, kahit ipadala mo si Buddy sa Zimbabwe, papatulan niya yan. Pupunta yan.
Okay.
Ganun. So wala talaga akong opportunity assignment na inuurungan at that time.
Anything comes, you take on the challenge.
Kaya kahit na in a week time, let's say in 3 days hindi ako matutulog. Nag-work ako, nag-edit ako. Idlip lang ng 1 hour.
Iba pa yung editing machine yata dati.
Iba pa, non-linear pa, yung ganun pa.
Yung tape pa. Kasi nakakita ako ng editing house dati. So, may tape, may pinuputol pa nga yata kung natatanda.
Di ba yung cassette tape na pag nag-record ka, di ba, papatungan mo yung, may tape ka na pinapatungan mo. Parang ganun yung principle ng editing at that time. So, precise lahat yun. So, let's say for example, may material ka, hinihintay ka, hindi pa dumarating yung material, pero kailangan mong mag-edit kasi may deadline ka. So, maglalagay ka ng space sa gitna kasi doon mo siya ilalagay. Pero tatansyahin mo yon. Kasi pag nagkulang ka, wala kang babalikan.
Hindi ka pwede magputol.
Hindi ka pwedeng, hindi ka gaya ngayon ng cut and paste. Walang cut and paste at that time.
The way I see it, brother, the way I see it, probably some of the members of that industry see it as long working hours. I see before me a diamond. Yeah, paano ba ginagawa yung diamond? Di ba sinasubject through a lot of pressure. Working long hours, how did this shape you?
Kasi nga hindi mo siya tinitingnan na long working hours. Never pumasok sa isip mo na long working hours. It's more on parang kang artist na may gusto kang ma-perfect yung craft mo. Yun lang yung objective mo. Hindi mo siya tinitignan sa time. Tinitignan mo doon sa, pag natapos mo yung work mo, makakaya ka, ansaya ko doon sa output mo. There are instances na mag-e-edit ka na hindi ka masaya. Itutulong mo. Kinabukasan, mag-start ko ulit from zero. Only because hindi ka masaya.
Back to zero. Sa magnetic tape. So, ibig sabihin, uulitin mo. As in, ulit.
Yeah.
Hindi katulad ngayon, ito lang ang segment na ayaw mo, ito lang papalitan mo.
Kasi nga, hindi ka pwedeng, di ba? Hindi ka gaya ngayon makakat and paste mo.
Yeah.
Masasalvage mo yung gusto mo, papalitan mo yung ayaw mo. Yun, dati hindi po pwede. Kaya mag-start ko ulit from start.
Okay. So you have your foundations, your basic foundations, really well, solid foundations ka talaga.
Yeah. I'm so happy na yung boss namin talaga ay ganun siya na inalagaan niya kami lahat.
Yeah. So I just want to dissect what shaped you into you. Long working hours, which you never felt.
Yeah.
You never felt long working hours simply because to you, your craft, yung skill, yung inyong ginagawa is like it's like an art.
Yeah.
It's like an art.
Not even money, ha?
Not even money.
Not even money. Hindi mo tinitignan na dahil malaki ang sweldo.
Okay.
Yeah, even alam mo magta-travel kami, mawawala kami, pupunta kami ng Zamboanga for 10 days, di ba? So, let's say, for example, kaalis mo ng Manila, kasi sweldo pa lang. Pagbalik mo, sweldo ka na naman ulit. Eh, nagugulat ka na, sweldo na naman pala. Kasi hindi importante sa iyo yung sweldo.
Ganon katagal. Ganon ka rin nalilibang ng trabaho mo. Okay. And more importantly, I think when you focus yourself on the tasks at hand, you build yourself slowly. Na-promote ka na na-promote. At a very young age, 25, you were heading a complete segment. People begin to trust you. Your teammates begin to trust you. Your devotion to work, your focus at work. People around you begin to trust you and trust your leadership. Your leadership, no?
Add ko lang nung nag-work, because it's a technology and livelihood research center. Nagtuturo kami paano mag-business. Nagtuturo kami paano mag-farming. Yun na yan eh. So, kami na yung nagtuturo. So, ikaw yung first-hand information. Paano ka makakasulat ng script kung hindi mo naintindihan?
Nag-scriptwriter ka
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, lahat ng aspect ng production, ginawa ko except graphics. Yun lang ang skill na. Sabi ko, tama na. Sobra-sobra na. Hindi ko na kaya yan.
Okay. So, doon ka pala talaga yung ine-edit mo, nagkataon, yun din yung hilig mo.
Hindi ko hilig before, sa tagal na paulit-ulit, nagtuturo kayo paano mag-farming, paano magnegosyo. Tapos na pumapasok sa mind mo yon. Kasi nga kailangan mo siyang intindihin totally. So, let's say for example, in-interview mo yung research person, okay, nasabi na niya lahat. Pag nagsusulat ka, may details na ma-realize mo, parang hindi ko natanong itong bagay na to. At kailangan mo tawagan yung research person mo kahit gabi just to get that information para lang masulat mo yung script mo ng tama.
Galing. Ang galing. Parang it's fate, no? Everything was given to you that molded you into fast forward. Fast forward. So, after being employed by the networks, so how were you born into your own agri-business? Yeah. Agri-business ba siya nung nagsimula?
Okay, agri-business is, inspired by Agri-7. Yung TV show namin, way back sa TLRC.
Okay.
Oh, Pinoy How To, that's ours also, inspired naman ng Nego 7. Same yung dalawang show namin way back in the 90s. Nung natapos doon, marami pang ibang work. Napunta pa ako sa ABS. Sa ABS naman nag-concentrate ako as editor, video editor. So, hindi na siya full production. Nakakulong na lang ako sa isang maliit na kwarto sa ABS. Kaya yung editing skill ko yan, marunong akong magsulat, marunong akong mag-camera, marunong akong mag-coordinate, diba? Marunong akong maghanap ng content, marunong akong mag-develop ng isang storya. Lahat yun, dala-dala yun. So, because of the experience na nasabi ko sa sarili ko na ang ending ko magiging negosyante ako. So nung umalis ako actually ang daming best ako nag-try, no. Na mag-business. Okay. Siguro more than 15 businesses ang nalugi. Na nagtuturo pa ako paano mag-business, ha. Imagine that. 9 years ako sa Agri-7, Nego 7, 'di ba? Na nagtuturo kami. Tapos nung ako, imagine mo, more than 15 businesses pa rin yung nag-flop. Pero hindi ako tumigil.
Sample ng business na pinasukan.
Naku, ang dami.
Nag-hydroponics ka ba?
Ay, hindi. Nag-ornamental plants. Okay, nag-ornamental plants. Nag-buy and sell ako ng ornamental plants. Linilipat ko siya sa dish garden. Ginagawa ko siyang dish garden. Tapos nagagawa ko ng mga terrarium. Ganon din sa mga home stores. Ganyan. Flower arrangement, si Cathy, tinutulungan ko siya doon. Ang dami, karinderya, sampalo candy, hito, framing business, networking, napakadami. Ang mga nag-work na business for me ay yung may kinalaman sa video production. Lahat ng business na trinay ko nag-flop only because hindi ako expert doon. Pero yung video production, kahit nakapikit ka, alam mo nung gagawin mo.
Baka kahit anong business, basta may video, pwede ka.
So, ang unang business ko, after ABS, nung umalis na ako, nag-start ako sa wedding video. doon sa wedding video, shortcut. For me, shortcut para makapunta ako sa video production, corporate videos. At that time, ang limitation, pa-transition yung from a business na production house na may opisina ka. Dati, di ba, ang production house, ang client mo pupunta doon. Doon sila mag-edit, ganyan. So, definitely wala akong resources na gano'n. So, hindi ko kakayanin na mag-corporate video ako immediately. So, pumunta ako sa wedding video kasi walang ganong requirement. Ikaw ang pupunta, imimit mo sila outside. Yeah. So, from there, nakaipon ako ng maraming clients na business owners na kailangan niya ng corporate video. Yan. So, nakatawid ako dun sa, hindi ko na, malayad.
Gano'ng katagal to yung corporate?
5 years yung wedding video. Wow. Yeah. Corporate video, mga 10 years or more.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yung transition nun, from corporate, habang nag-corporate ako, nag-start na ang digital marketing. So,
what year was this?
2005 kasi umalis ng ABS eh. Mga 2010.
2010.
2010 nag-start na yung
Medyo
digital
bago-bago pa si
marketing.
Facebook nun.
Pinag-aralan ko yung digital marketing. Kaya sinabi ko na bakit alam ko yung gusto ko. Because nung nag-wedding video ako, alam ko na ito yung mapupuntahan ko immediately na makapag-start ako ng business. Pero hindi ko tinitingnan yung sarili ko na doon for life. Kasi gusto kong tumawid sa corporate video.
You know how to get there.
Alam ko paano ako pumunta sa corporate video. At alam ko rin, sooner or later, yung corporate video, bababain ng competition. So, kailangan kong mag-prepare. Kaya ako nag-aaral ng digital marketing kasi yung next big thing. Nung napag-aralan ko yung digital marketing, nag-start akong mag-publish ng video sa YouTube. Walang kita sa YouTube at that time. Walang monetization. Pero kailangan kong maggawa ng videos kasi hoping na in the future may mangyari.
Nasa wedding ka pa lang, meron ka ng plan B.
Yeah.
Thing hits the roof or hits the fan. Yung masabi, hits the roof or hits the fan, ready ka na.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oo. Going back to the wedding video, nung nag-start akong mag-business, ang tendency, well, this is applicable to all, even for hydroponics farmers. Applicable to. Nung nag-start ako sa business, okay, imimit ko yung kliyente, di ba? So, pag minit mo yung kliyente, profile ka ng kliyente, kung gusto ka nila, di ba? Ikaw naman, i-offer mo lahat sa kanila para kunin yung services mo.
Yeah.
And later, nalaman ko yan, kasi isang friend, sinabi niya sa akin na I don't understand marketing. Yung in-evaluate niya ako, hindi mo naiintindihan yung marketing. So, winan-on-one niya ako para ituro. Tapos pinag-attend niya ako ng isang diploma course sa BNILD.
Yeah.
Just to understand the language. And then after that, tinuloy namin yung session para maintindihan ko yung marketing. So,
you were throwing everything at the customer. Tama ba? Yun ba yung, yun ba yung feedback niya sa'yo?
Mali na ibibigay mo lahat sa customer wherein dapat ikaw din alam mo kung customer mo siya in the first place o hindi. So kung alam mo na hindi mo siya customer from the very beginning, bakit ka magbibigay ng freebie? Ba't ka mamibigay ng discount? Hindi yun ang hinahanap niya sa'yo in the first place. Hindi ikaw yung right supplier na hinahanap niya. So, hindi ka dapat nagbabagsak ng presyo dahil hindi pagbagsak ng presyo ang solution. Ang solution, hanapin mo yung customer na para sa'yo, para doon sa ino-offer mo na services. If I may expound yung di ba na-mention ko na nag-enroll ako ng short course, na diploma course. Ang title ng diploma course na yan is you can only measure your success on how fast you kill your competitor.
Wow.
Ganun katindi. Yun yung tinuturo. You have to kill your competitor.
Yeah.
And pag napatay mo competitor mo, then successful ka. But merong 4 na things na kailangan mo siyang una maintindihan. Okay, ano ba yung strategy na gagawin mo? Okay. One is, gusto mo ba ng quality product? Gusto mo bang i-position mo sarili mo na ikaw yung nagpo-produce ng quality? So, kung quality, mas mahirap i-produce, mas mabusisi. Siguro I don't know, for lettuce probably, baka you need mas expensive na greenhouse or even the inputs, ganyan. Or gusto mo quantity, paramihan ng production. So, mamimili ka doon. Okay. So, pag namili ka doon, sa dalawa, papasok yung pangatlong element, which is price. Quality, higher price. Quantity, lower price. Saan ka ngayon dyan puposition? So, yun yung sinasabi ko kanina na puposition siya na mababa ang presyo dahil gusto niya makakuha ng maraming kliyente. Huwag mo siyang sisihin. Yun ang gusto niya eh. Pero kung gusto mong puposition na high-end at gusto mong i-communicate na quality product ka, then, hanapin mo ngayon yung naghahanap ng quality product. Yun yung ngayon ang isuserve mo. And pang-apat, ito yung lagi nakakalimutan, yung time. Importante yung time. Let's say, for example, when mo siya i-deliver. Diba? Quantity ang gusto niya. Kailangan niya ng 100 kilos of lettuce every day. Kaya mo bang i-deliver yon? Yung time element. Yun. So, normally, yung quality or quantity and price, i-break yan nung time, gaano ka kabilis mag-respond doon sa demand na gusto niya. So, ganun lang kasimple. Pag naintindihan mo siya, hindi ka na iiyak-iyak pag, bakit hindi ako binilan ng lettuce?
Yeah.
Kasi naintindihan mo na siya na kung alam mo naman na may purchasing power siya, ba't mo naman siya aalukin ng murang lettuce? Siyempre hindi ka niya, i-ignorin ka niya. Hindi siya maniniwala sa'yo. Kasi ang priority niya is quality.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, maraming impact yan sa atin. Mga nagnenegosyo ng letsugas. Quality, pili ka quality, quantity, price, depending on the quality or quantity.
And the time.
Especially the time. Yeah. Parang dyan magsasanga-sanga yan sa time eh. You took the marketing, you were already creating your YouTube videos. Pinanganak na ba si Agribusiness noon? Yun na yun? Oh.
Nag-start sa Agribusiness as a TV show. Kasi nga nasa video production business ako. So aside from corporate video, nag-produce ako ng TV show as Black Timer sa Studio 23. Yun na yung Agribusiness.
What time siya during that time?
8 a.m. every Saturday.
Every Saturday, 8 a.m.
Pangit ng time slot. Wala kang magagawa. I mean, networks ang tinitingnan nila sa ganitong klaseng TV show, pang filler lang.
So I guess Saturday is really the day for Agri, for Agri. So you got 8 a.m. How was being on the 8 a.m. slot on a public network?
Okay. That's the difference of online right now. Kasi, syempre at that time, era ng TV. Sabihin na natin talagang it's a new era, di ba? Medyo tapos na talaga yung TV. Simply because yung TV, sasabihin niya, naka-base sila sa survey doon sa viewership, di ba? Pero sino gumawa ng survey? You cannot even use that to market your show kasi it's confidential yung source ng survey.
Yeah.
So, wala talagang data ang TV. Samantalang ang YouTube, anong oras nanood, sino nanood, saan siya, anong interest niya, age niya, di ba? Nakikita mo lahat. Gaano siya kadaming minutong nanood.
Yes, yes. Pati yun, kita kung 3 seconds, 10 seconds,
Kita mo
15
lahat.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anong nangyari, nung nagpo-produce ako ng TV show, linalagay ko siya sa YouTube. Yeah.
That was allowed? That was okay with the network?
Yeah, because I own the show.
Okay.
Diba? Black timer lang ako sa kanila eh.
Block timer means
You pay the time slot,
you pay the time slot. May I ask at that time around how much was that?
80,000 per 30-minute show.
But what about sponsors?
Oh, well, it's not my expertise.
Yeah.
Ang expertise ko is production. Hindi ako marketing.
Okay.
So, hindi ko kayang i-market yung show.
How long did it last on TV?
3 seasons? 3 seasons. So, 13 episodes per season.
Okay. Wow, madami-dami yan, ha? Madami-dami. You had a full production house working on that?
Yes,
And all?
complete.
Yeah.
Pero may ano naman, yung first 2 season may ano naman, may nag-sponsor for the show.
Okay. Okay. So yun, doon nagsimula treating a product of your own. Kasi parang, nung wedding ka, content ng iba. Nung nag-production house ka, nung nag-corporate ka, content din ng iba.
Correct.
So ito, content mo na
Yes.
talaga. You shot, you edited, you broadcasted, you wrote the script, produkto mo talaga. In fact, your content now feels like you're there. Feels very raw.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I think babalik ulit yan doon sa experience kasi nung nasa ABS ako, na-typecast naman ako sa reality show.
Okay.
Reality shows,
Tell
and
us
talk
about-
shows and reality shows.
Yeah.
Yan. So, ayan, naging editor ako ng Victim, editor ako ng Big Brother. Yan, tas yun ka na, mga reality show. So, plus sobrang fan ako ng reality show. Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Ay, sobra. Talagang fan na fan ako niyan. So, even nung nag-wedding ako, ang name ng brand ko is Reality Wedding Video.
Okay.
So, it's the contradictory nung nandun sa market na beauty, glamour, di ba? Mukhang artista. Sa akin, hindi. Ang wedding video ko, kung napunit ang barong mo during your wedding, that's the highlight.
Raw.
Yeah. Pag nawala yung sing-sing at nagpanic, that's the highlight.
Nangyayari yun?
It happened.
Nawala singsing, oh my God.
So, ganun yung...
Yeah.
Even dito sa vlog ko ngayon, dala-dala yung trademark na yan. Plus, it's my personality.
Yeah.
It's my personality, simple person. Yung walang pretension na sino ka. It's just me, di ba? Ako lang na dumalaw sa isang ordinaryong farmer. So magkwentuhan lang tayo, ganyan. Kung mataas sa tao siya at hindi ko siya na-research mabuti, the plus factor in my end. Kasi comfortable ako ilabas kung sino ako.
Hindi ka na-nervousin.
Hindi ako nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think, yeah, the background ko sa production, yung love ko sa reality show, plus yung personality na simple. Yeah. Kaya nga minsan nagugulat ako pag namimit ko yung subscriber, sabihin niya, ang simple-simple mo lang. Pero nagugulat ako, wala naman talaga. Wala naman talaga ako ipapakita because yun na yun talaga.
Wala kang pinoportray na character. Yeah.
Walang pinoportray na character.
You is you. Yeah. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Actually, parehas lang sila.
Parehas din.
Parehas sila. It's your product. Simply because you need to understand your market as well. You need to understand your viewers. The YouTube channel is there, diba? Way back.
Yeah.
Nung TV show pa siya. After the 3 seasons, natigil na yan. So, yun na yung unti-unti lang. Kung may time ka, factor yung from the very beginning, ayaw kong mag-OFW.
Okay.
Na dito lang kami, magkakasama lang kami. Makaka-survive kami, mabubuhay kami, no matter what.